take their shape. Heroquest. Shadows form and lines awaken. Figures take their shape. Heroquest. Shadows form and lines awaken. Figures take their shape. Heroquest. Shadows form and lines awaken. Figures take their shape. Heroquest. Shadows form and lines awaken. Figures take their shape. Heroquest. Shadows form and lines awaken. Figures take their shape.
So I have to say it was a great announcement. So the staff at the stand, they were all really helpful and brilliant. Seriously, they were extremely patient and they let me take pictures of everything and then some more. I was a bit all over the place, and I hope the people next to me can forgive me for stepping on some toes. Nevertheless, a lot of interesting things. So we already knew many things, but now we have full details. I was thinking maybe to start light, I will cover the tiles, then I move into the monsters, then the characters, and then at the end, a spoiler section with all the remaining details. So telling you right now, I will just put them fast because I don't want to read those spoilers. So I see nothing, I know nothing. So, starting with the tiles. So, in the end, there was not a 10 by 10 tile, but still there was a quite big one. We have a two-sided 8 by 7 tile. On one side is some sort of pond with lively flowers in the sunlight. Not sure in which mission it will be played. Definitely not the first one because I checked. The other side seems to be either at night or some sort of grotto with luminescent plants. Also quite colorful, maybe a bit grimmer than the other side, or maybe it is the same as the other side, but under the influence of this blight that you are trying to cure, who knows. There are also two more big tiles, a 4 by 4 and a 5 by 4, also double-sided. There are some stone floor, a carpeted room, a small campfire, and a carnivore plant, I think. Without going too much into the details or spoilers, you also have smaller tiles that include some unique items and traps. So just check the spoiler section if you want the details. It also includes some tokens for some of the smallest monsters, which I can cover next. So for the monsters, the smallest ones are the spawnlings. There are three types. So you have serpents, spiders, or centipedes. They seem to be quite weak and more tokenised than special with special rules than monsters. I have to be fair, no, and think that with the amount of minis that we are gonna get, it would not be fair, no, to ask for also minis for these also small ones. So if you are too picky, for sure you can get this in Etsy or Minis 3D in the future. So don't worry, be happy, with what you get. Next, let's go for the already released monsters. So we have Goblin Archers and Skeleton Archers. I'm particularly happy that we are gonna get more minis for these two. According to the back of the box, it is gonna be two more Skeleton Archers, one more female Goblin Archer, and one more male Goblin Archer. There is also another grey figure that represents a goblin. According to the manual, it seems to be a goblin warlock. I must have missed to take a picture of that card. I think I was feeling a bit nervous and ashamed of keeping the staff patiently waiting while I literally zoom in over every single detail. So, new enemies of the minis, starting with the Blight Weaver. Even though this one is quotation new, it is the same mini as the Dread Cultist, no, from Race of the Dread Moon. However, if I can make some constructive criticism in that weird fluorescent green that looks a bit weird, the dark green from the back of the box would have looked much nicer. Also, to note now, if you look at the cards, every single monster card, they have now some subtext for special rules or abilities. These have same stats as the Dread Moon Cultist, but just one different spell. So, Creeping Grasp instead of Dreadlights, just so you know. The next one is the Raptor. So, this one is an enemy that is also a potential companion. However, the enemy is stronger than the companion. When you check the cards, I will show you later in a second. And also you can see that the mini is different. So you have the red one, which obviously is the companion, and the green one, which I'm guessing is the enemy, but they are exactly the same miniature and sculpt. Which also, talking about the colors, I was thinking it seems a bit weird. So why are the raptors the same color as the spiders and the Blight Weaver? I'm not sure if it's story related, but yeah, it seems weird. And even the goblin, why is the goblin warlock gray instead of green? All the goblins are green, so why this one is gray? Though I suppose the frozen horror, no? You have the blue ones. Well, but still it seems weird. Or for example, the Entis creature, why is it bone white instead of green? You know, it seems like a wood creature. I don't know, seems a bit weird. But for sure, that's a mystery. If you want to go into an adventure like I went today, go to the Hasbro stand. If you're still gonna go to the UK Games Expo, I will not be there, but you, my fellow adventurer, please ask this and more questions if you want to still go to there over the weekend. The stand, if you are interested, is the 2205 and it's just between hall 1 and hall 2. So yeah, forget all the things that are written online and even in the map because you will not be able to find it on the website. Just go to where I say, in between the both halls. Anyway, to finish with the Raptor, the stats give it high speed and 3 attack dice, but only to defend. So potentially an easy kill if you're using an experienced hero or character. They also have a clever tactician skill. So yeah, hop to the spoilers part if you want to find out. I don't want to. Next new monster is the Skull Blight. Seems like a wood. I think that's how you pronounce it. Is the same as if you have played Baldur's Gate 3 and you go to the swamp, there is like a little island with some wood monsters. So yeah, it's basically the same as in Dungeons and Dragons, which is by the way pointing more and more that Heroquest is blending, no, Dungeons and Dragons, and Hasbro is distancing itself even more from the Warhammer monsters. So in the lore from D&D, it says this is the spirit of a person imbued into wood, and I think they made it even more visual, no, in this miniature by attaching that skull to the miniature, no, and the roots keep going through that skull, making it like if it was growing out of there, no, from that spirit. The stats are similar to the Raptor, but slower and with no mind points. They have disentangling roots, which again I guess is a spell similar to the Grasping Vine from Dungeons and Dragons. Now moving to the big ones. So big monsters, Serpent. It seems simple to understand. The mini looks quite cool in my opinion. Is the kind of mini that if you spend enough time, it looks gorgeous. I mean, just painting scale by scale, if you are as slow painter as I am. This one has like 4 attack and 3 defense plus C whooping body points. So yeah, quite strong in the body points. Definitely not an easy one, but maybe average enemy for experienced adventurers. This one also spawns, which I'm guessing what it means, even if I'm not checking the spoilers. And it's also venomous. So yeah. The next one, Blightcrawler, also looks really cool. May look nice if you want to put some glossy paint on it when you are painting it. Not sure about the lore for this one. I suppose it's connected to the blight that you're trying to cure in this expansion. There is probably an equivalent monster, no, for this in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, but I don't know. Seems to be just a giant spider with no eyes. So if anyone knows what this is in D&D, let me know. It has 4 attack dice, 4 defense, 3 body points. So also average for experienced adventurers, I guess. This one also spawns spawnlings and is venomous, like the serpent. But in addition, this one is also agile, whatever that means. The big boss for this expansion seems to be the giant ape. So again, this is purely D&D. If you check the rules, it's one of the typical monsters there. In Warhammer, I can only find a very distant reference to giant apes in one of the Beastmen army books. So this one seems to have a giant club and a crystal pendant. Again, I'm supposing this is story related. I don't know. It moves fast, has a 4-3 attack defense, but 7 body points. So, yeah, quite tough. Plus, this agile, whatever that means. The mini looks fantastic, quite nice and huge. I think you have seen like lot of pictures online. Big monkey looking badass. So good. And yeah, before jumping to the characters and the companions, a couple of miscellaneous minis. There is a statue of what seems to be an old wizard holding a bowl. Maybe this is Mentor's mentor. You know, the mentors of Mentor. There are some glass crystal formations. Not sure what for. Check the spoilers. Some gray circular shapes that seems to be pools of water. The fire, which has a bit of a weird shape, in my honest opinion, and a chest or treasure of sorts, much bigger than the usual chests. So, but yeah, looks nice. Now you are warned. So, not sure if you consider the character skills spoiler or not. While I am covering the characters, I will also comment on their abilities. So, if you consider those spoilers and don't want to learn them, then stop the video. If you go to the official Hasbro pools, you can see the minis without checking the cards. Anyway, you've been warned. So let's cover the companions first. There are two. You have a powerful white tiger named Saberfang. It can move 10 whooping squares, so quite fast. Only two attack dice, but they can do an attack diagonally. Three defense, five body points. However, it may be highly susceptible to the spells, so put him away if you see any sorcerer that can control his mind. The mini itself seems a bit rushed, similar to the wolf in the ogre's expansion. I think they could have done something much more badass, like the card. The card looks fantastic, but hey, with so many minis, this seems like a freebie at this point. So thank you, Hasbro. This is fantastic. If you're still not happy, do not complain. You can find in Etsy some amazing, really good saber tigers. The other companion is the raptor, as we said. This is weaker than the enemy ones and apparently green color in the card instead of blue. This has one less attack dice, but it can move after attacking, which I think is interesting. Now that's it for the companion. Moving to the two new heroes. So they both come with both the male and the female miniatures. So again, thanks Hasbro for this. The Berserker has 3 attack and 2 defense with 7 body points. So similar to D&D, the abilities of the Berserk increase the attack at the cost of life, or they are only available during dire conditions when they are low in life. It can also be used like a barbarian, but with abilities, in my opinion. So I think that's the path that Hasbro prefers. So rather than revert back the rules to give the barbarian some skills, they just release this new character. So hey, if you are still not happy, you can find online plenty of skills for the barbarian. You can print them out and yeah, enjoy yourself. Live a happy life, my friend. The miniatures they are almost like the barbarian, so I think they are easily interchangeable when you are playing. They have some stone axes and some leathery armor and plenty of muscle to flex. They look fairly detailed, and in my opinion, when I had them on my hand, they look really good. Good. The other new hero is Dora the Explorer. So, as people guessed from the art when they announced a couple of weeks now ago, the heroes are still profession based. So, while the Berserk is human, the Explorer seems to be dwarves. However, the stats are based on the profession rather than the race. So in this case, the explorer has 2 body points less than the dwarf. So the stats are 2 to 5. The skills for this one are about gold and detecting traps. So the same as I was saying before, kind of giving the dwarf some skills at the cost of 2 body points. So yeah, just choose wisely which one you prefer. If you prefer the dwarf or the explorer, yeah. The minis are less muscular than the original dwarfs, again because of those 2 less body points. I think kind of makes sense. They seem nice enough, but the axe seems like a toy. Still, really very good minis with lots of details. And yeah, that's it. Just keeping it short. Now I will pull all the spoilers, which is basically me covering my eyes while I copy paste the pictures into the video. You have been warned. These include all the other cards and items, plus the whole quest book. I didn't get all the map pictures because again I was feeling the same that the staff was patiently and kindly waiting for me to go through everything. So thank you very much wherever you are. I wish you a peaceful tomorrow days of people cramming around you in your stand. And yeah, um, I will also put back the metal song because why not? Last warning, spoilers ahead.
Through the still of night, colors bleed and bend. Brush strokes take their flight, crafting till the end. Shadows form and lines awaken. Figures take their shape. Heroquest. Shadows form and lines awaken. Figures take their shape. Heroquest. Shadows form and lines awaken. Figures take their shape. Heroquest. Shadows form and lines awaken. Figures take their shape. Heroquest. Shadows form and lines awaken.